Hello, good morning. It is March the 5th. Well into March now. It's a Big Spider Security Show. Thank you for checking us out. Been doing this for a little over a month now, but it's kind of disturbing because things haven't really changed. In fact, there's more and more security news that are similar in nature. In the last couple of days, I've made a list of this on my blog post today. Last couple of days, there were some specific stories that I pointed out, I grabbed out of the stream of news. So there's cybercrime applications invites participation in the cybercrime economy by just about anyone. CSO Online has a very good article that discusses this, how it's become very easy for these cyber criminals to get involved in more and more cybercrime. So then there is, of course, the standard credit card breaches, this time for Mandarin Oriental out of Krebs Security. Then we have, by the way, this is the news of the day segment of our show here. So I'm kind of glomming all of the different news articles together to discuss them, and I'm going to do it for a specific reason. So now we also have this kind of an interesting attack on the Chelan County Hospital, which the reason it's in the news is because it's suing Bank of America for over $600,000. But apparently, Bank of America and the Chelan County Hospital were duped into giving out over $400,000 in very small denominations. The hospital's payroll account was taken little by little with money mules, unwitting accomplices who'd been hired to receive and forward money. So I receive those stupid emails sometimes, where they say, spam emails, where they say, oh, you can make money, $500 a day just by staying at home and doing some kind of work from home kind of deal. Well, I'm not saying that is specific to this particular instance, but I would be very careful before I start working from home from an unnamed employer, because it's possible it could be the criminals, including like some of these emails that say we need you to be a mail forwarder. A lot of times, like, criminals want you to accept packages for them in the States, and then you can forward those packages to them overseas. See, and then typically they can't buy certain things overseas, so when you're doing that and you don't know what's going on, you could be helping criminals or terrorists or whatever, trying to make their nefarious activities safe. And in the meantime, you're going to be liable and doing criminal activities unknowingly. So, needless to say, yes, there's a lot of criminal activity online and in the internet. So, where am I going with this? Well, let's move on to the tip of the day segment. always like to get a little bit of music in to slow down the show a little bit. But I'm getting some kind of weird lighting here. I don't know why, but anyway. So my tip of the day is to review with you what I posted of yesterday, the Polywall. Um, Polywall is a policy-based device which will block your network traffic from the internet into your environment. So let's say your environment is, as I suggested, you've got a intrusion prevention system and a firewall protecting your network. So if that's the case, then Polywall sits in front of that, between your environment and the internet. So when somebody wants to access your network, every packet that comes to you has a source IP address and a destination IP address. The destination is you. The source is from someplace in the world, or either the US or elsewhere. So that source IP address, Polywall designed to block for you immediately, depending on from where it is in the world. So if you say, I don't have any business with China, with Taiwan, with Russia, then you can cut out all those countries, and then you completely block out those countries. So there is a certain advantage to that, because over 30-something% of attack traffic comes from China. So you're automatically cutting out, 35-40%. If you add Russia, you're now at 40-something%. So you can cut out 40-50% of the attack traffic without even hitting your firewall. So that's the advantage with using Polywall. And if you absolutely have to use a Chinese company to chat with, then of course you just create a whitelist, so you can whitelist that IP address. Now, don't get me wrong, you can always email somebody outside of this country. So let's say if they use Google or Gmail, and that Gmail account is in the States, they're still going to be able to email you. So it doesn't completely wall you off from any attacks. If you allow an attack to come in, if the user allows the attack to come in, it will happen. But needless to say, you could cut out 40-50% of the attack traffic, just like that. So there's an advantage to that. So let's say if we do that, if we can cut out 50% of the traffic with Polywall, and then if we cut out 50% because we've got an antivirus software, and then if the firewall is also, let's say, 50% effective, so now basically you can cut down you basically multiply 0.5 times 0.5 times 0.5. So that's about around 12.5%. So now you can make the malware, instead of 50% effective or 25% effective, if you just have these two, if you add this, you can now cut it down to 10% effective. So that could make a major change in how your systems get attacked. We need to upgrade. We need to do something to protect our systems. And it can't just be, let's just do it a little bit better. You need to add some devices. You need to make things a little more difficult for the attackers. That's my tip of the day, and I'll throw in an additional tip of the day. Do not mess with any of these work from home schemes, especially like these postal forwarding or other kind of schemes from work from home, unless you really know that company. That is my tip of the day. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.